Hey guys, what's up? It's Marco, and this is Nerd Boy's Comic Book Blog. Today I'll be talking about my most anticipated cartoons of 2017. Let's get started. First off, Samurai Jack. Samurai Jack is back, and he's heading to Adult Swim's Toonami segment this March. The new season will be a continuation and not a reboot of the original series, and it looks like the only thing changing will be the amount of blood and gore we'll see in the 10-episode miniseries. When Samurai Jack first aired on Cartoon Network, the violence was censored slightly by having robot enemies instead of living people, and now that the show is on Adult Swim, you can guarantee that all the robot enemies will be gone and replaced with actual living people, and the show can finally get away with decapitations, severed limbs, and all that graphic violence that they couldn't usually do on Cartoon Network. The show was originally supposed to come out last year in 2016, but was delayed up until March of this year, and I'm kind of glad that they took their time with this show instead of rushing it out like they did with the Powerpuff Girls reboot and the Ben 10 reboot. As a kid, I was a huge Samurai Jack fan, and I'm glad that he's coming back, and I'm glad they're doing justice by him. Hopefully by the end of this new season, Jack will return to the past to defeat Aku, and we can finally get closure and an epic conclusion to the series. Or maybe they can drag it on for another season or two. Who knows? Let's see what happens. On to another Cartoon Network show getting a second chance at life this year, Young Justice Season 3. Not that much is known about Season 3 yet, other than the fact that there will be an LGBT character on the cast, and it'll be one of the main original characters from the show. From last season's major cliffhanger, we might be able to infer that Darkseid will be the main antagonist for Season 3, but not much else is known at this time. And if all goes well, maybe the show won't get cancelled again like it did last time due to poor toy sales and bad ratings. That's what happens when you only air a show at 6 a.m. on Saturday morning. Yeah, I know DC is bringing it back, but I'm still bitter they got cancelled in the first place. Speaking of DC, let's talk about Justice League Action. I know the show won't be as mature as Young Justice with their dark themes and their deep plot lines, but the show won't be as stupid and silly as Teen Titans Go either. Justice League Action reminds me of Justice League Unlimited, but with a much more lighthearted art style and a shorter running time, each episode being only about 10 minutes long. And it seems to be doing one of those things that I loved about Justice League Unlimited, which was showcasing the major DC characters like Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, and then also highlighting the lesser known DC characters like Dr. Fate, John Constantine, and Firestorm. Sure, as comic book fans, we know who these characters are, but the major majority, the mass audiences, have no idea who they are, and it's pretty interesting and it's fun to introduce them to a whole new audience. And now on to Rick and Morty Season 3. Yes, Dan Harmon, he promised us Season 3 would come out October of last year, but, well, he's been arguing and bickering with the co-creator, Justin Roiland, and things have taken longer. The episodes have taken longer to write because they've been fighting, and they've even been fighting about why they've been fighting. Currently, there's no release date for Season 3, but I'm hoping we get it sooner rather than later. Now, before I move on from Cartoon Network, I just want to briefly talk about Steven Universe and the fact that Cartoon Network might be trying to push out or force out some of their current shows in favor of some newer ones. Cartoon Network has already announced the end of Adventure Time and regular show, and the end of Steven Universe is inevitable. I'm sure by the end of this year, Cartoon Network will announce the ending of Steven Universe, and even though the announcement might come this year, the official series finale probably won't come until 2018 or 2019, but this year will probably be the one that begins the winding down of Steven Universe and kind of the ending of this era of Cartoon Network. However, I'm still excited about all the Steven bombs coming out this year, and I can't wait to see what the Crewniverse has in store for us in seasons 4 and 5. Now moving on to Disney XD and all the cartoons they have coming out this year, starting off with DuckTales. It looks like the new DuckTales reboot is going for a much more cartoony art style with a star-studded cast including David Tennant as Scrooge McDuck. Yes, that's right, Doctor Who is going to voice a freaking duck on this show. I guess this explains all the David Tennant era episodes of Doctor Who on Disney XD lately. Disney XD will also feature some television adaptations of big-name Disney movies such as Big Hero 6 and Tangled. Personally, I don't really care for them, but to each their own. And I'm not really looking forward to the upcoming Spider-Man animated series either, because, well, Ultimate Spider-Man wasn't that great, and what's the point of canceling it just to put on another not-so-great Spider-Man animated series? I'm just saying. The funny thing is I am actually looking forward to more episodes of Star vs. the Forces of Evil. The show is basically about a magical princess who brings along her sidekick, her best friend Marco Diaz, on all these different adventures through different dimensions and universes, and it's basically Rick and Morty but for kids, except replace Rick Sanchez with the magical princess and replace Morty with this Dragon Ball Z fan. There's way more to the show than just that, but I just boiled it down to its basic component parts, which is magic, fun, adventures, and laughs. And it doesn't hurt that the villain has also beefed up since last season. But anyway, moving on to Star Wars Rebels. This year we'll see the end of Season 3 and the beginning of Season 4 for Star Wars Rebels, and I don't know about you guys, but I am enjoying the hell out of this show for two major reasons. The first being it is tying up old loose ends left behind after the cancellation of Star Wars The Clone Wars, and two, it is bringing back a lot of the old Star Wars canon from the expanded universe. We get to pick up the storylines of characters like Ahsoka, Rex, and Saw Gerrera and see where they've been after their years in the Clone Wars, and we're also getting a little bit more Darth Maul action as he tries to seduce Ezra to become his apprentice, and we see that he still holds a grudge against Obi-Wan Kenobi after the events of the Clone Wars. There might even be a duel between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Maul later this season. Before I let you guys go, I just want to recommend two different Cartoon Network pilots, Infinity Train and Victor and Valentino. Both shows are pretty great, and if either of them gets greenlit, I'd be pretty happy. But if I'm being honest with myself, I would definitely prefer Infinity Train over Victor and Valentino. Infinity Train just seems to have a few more off-the-wall ideas with this train with an infinite number of carts, and the main character is trying to reach the front of the train, which technically would be impossible, but you never know with a series like this. And in the pilot episode, the characters happen to walk into a train that leads to a world full of corgis, hyper-intelligent corgis, and the leader of these corgis is voiced by Ernie Hudson. Yeah, Ernie Hudson from Ghostbusters. So I'm kind of biased because of that, but I definitely would say that you should check out Infinity Train, and I wouldn't mind if this was a full-fledged series. It seems like a show that could go on for quite a while, but you could still check out Victor and Valentino. Both shows should be on Cartoon Network's YouTube channel, and both shows are fun in their own way. But anyway guys, this is the end of the video. I'm gonna let you go now. I'll see you guys next week with more videos, more podcasts, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content. You can also check out some of our other videos on this channel. Alright guys, have an awesome week. Peace!